You know when you get done watching a movie and you just think to yourself, I'm not going to sleep tonight. Those are the movies that we're going to be talking about today. What's going on, everybody? My name is Mason from Mace Mash Films, and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about the movies that have scarred me throughout my life. This could be from when I'm a kid. This could be from now. But we're going to be talking about movies that scarred me. Some of these are a little bit embarrassing. These aren't necessarily horror movies, but let's just jump right into this list. The first movie we're going to talk about is Boogie Man 2. I'm pretty sure it's just called Boogie Man 2. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I haven't seen this full movie, but I remember I was with a buddy. I think we were in like 5th grade, and we were flipping through the TV channels, and we came across Boogie Man 2, and there was this scene where there's this dude in a hospital bed, and he like looks at his arm, and there's just like maggots and bugs crawling through his skin, like eating him. And he just takes a razor blade and he starts cutting his skin. And we turned off the TV after that moment. And that's an image that stuck in my head for the rest of my life. I don't think I've revisited that scene, but it is absolutely disgusting. And it is something that 100% scarred me. I have seen the first Boogeyman movie, so I guess that's why I thought to think, hey, let's watch the second one. But that was a big mistake. Requiem for a Dream. This movie kind of goes without saying. This is a movie that I don't plan on rewatching. It just gives me a really gross feeling in my stomach. I think instead of all of those really stupid anti-drug PSAs that you watch in middle school, I think the teachers should just show you Requiem for a Dream, and I don't think you'll want to do hard drugs in your life. It'll at least stop you for a little bit. One film that I watched in film school that scarred me for whatever reason is Unchen, Andalu. I don't know why. This is kind of an unconventional answer, but I think it has to do with the eye stuff. In fact, I know it has to do with the eye stuff. There's a part of this short film where there's just like a razor blade that cuts an eye open, and it's really gross. And I don't like stuff going in my eyes. I had to wear eye contacts once, and I just said, no, let me wear glasses because I don't want to touch my own eyeball. That's disgusting. This one's pretty popular, but not for my age group, Jaws. Don't ask me why, because like I'm the age group where you watch Jaws and you're like, this looks fake. That's a stupid looking shark. But for me, it did the job. I was a very timid kid, and so when I watched horror movies, they affected me. And when I watched Jaws, I didn't like swimming in the lake, and I didn't like swimming in my swimming pool. I thought there was going to be a shark in my swimming pool. So it did its job, I guess. Even till this day, I don't like swimming super deep into the ocean, but that could just be from like hearing about stories of a dude getting eaten by a whale in Maine. That happened this summer. A dude got eaten by a whale in Maine, and he survived. The whale was like, no, you don't taste good. Pah! Spit him out. This is unrelated. Let's get back into the video. I feel like I'm going to lose some respect with my next addition to the list, but a movie that scarred me as a kid, SpiderMan. And don't get me wrong, I loved the Sam Raimi SpiderMan films. Those were my favorite movies growing up. But there are some jump scares in that first movie that I could not handle as a kid. The Green Goblin was mad creepy. So like hats off to Willem Dafoe and hats off to Sam Raimi. You know, being the horror director that he is, he was able to sprinkle some spookiness into that movie, even if I was the only one that it worked for. Am I the only one who got scared by certain jump scares in Spider-Man? Let me know in the comment section below if I'm a complete wuss. Another movie that scarred me, this is a recent one, Midsummer. I have to go back and revisit that movie. The opening scene of that movie disturbed me so much that I didn't like the movie. That's my prediction, because I know I really, really like Hereditary. And I've watched scenes and scene breakdowns of Midsummer, and I understand that it's like a very well-directed movie and a very cerebral movie. But that opening scene hit a little close to home, was super traumatizing, but very, very, very effective. and I was just kind of blank and numb for the rest of that movie. It's a movie that I'm gonna have to revisit here eventually. But yeah, that was scarring. I'm just gonna say it. Snakes on a plane. It scarred me as a kid. Okay, I am terrified of snakes. I still am. I hate snakes, Chuck. So watching Snakes on a Plane as a kid, even though that's supposed to be like a comedy, it freaked me out, dude. It freaked me out so much. American Murder, The Family Next Door. This movie is just straight up gross. And it's a documentary for those of you who don't know. And I won't spoil anything. I'll try not to, at least. But I'm usually pretty good with this stuff. I am interested in murder documentaries and miniseries. Like I liked Sasquatch, that series on Hulu. I liked the miniseries about the pizza bomber. But this movie disturbed me very, very much. The person who ends up confessing is a complete monster. When I watched this movie, I was like, that's Satan. That is the devil. That is pure evil. Disgusted me to even watch it. Yeah, that movie's pretty fucked. And the worst thing about that is that's a documentary. That isn't fiction. That's reality. Ugh. Sorry to put such a downer movie in this list, but we're going to just continue with it with American History X, another movie that's very, very disturbing. This is another movie that was scarring for me, specifically the scene. Well, the whole movie, because it deals with, gross, disgusting racism. But the scene that exemplifies this is the curb stomping scene. I don't think I have to say anything else. And the final movie that scarred me as a kid is Halloween 4. I remember, and this is another one where it's a specific scene. I watched this in a ground round, which is like a restaurant, and there was like a TV on the table I was eating at, and we were just flipping through the channels, me and my family, and it was like 3 p.m. and Halloween 4 came on, and it was this scene where like there was like that little girl. Is it Jamie? Is the little girl named Jamie? Maybe, I forget. I haven't seen that Halloween movie in a long time, but like Michael Myers is like on the ground. He's been shot multiple times, and he like sticks his hand up to the little girl Jamie, and she like goes towards him, and he goes to grab a knife, I think. And I don't know why, but that was my introduction to Michael Myers, and just like the like soulless, like reaching out to the little girl and then having her come towards him, like he's like focusing on her, and he's like making her come to him with his brain, and she like did it. I don't know, it creeped me out. And also there's like this killer who's gonna kill a little girl. Whenever there's a murderer like killing children, it just makes it that much more twisted. So if you want to make an effective slasher movie, kill kids. People, okay, whoa. That taken out of context sounds really, really bad. All I'm saying is it's demented, and it will make people cringe and be uncomfortable, so it is effective in horror movies. Don't actually kill kids, please. That's bad. All right, guys, that's the list. That is the video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like below. I'll give you 3 seconds to leave a like. 3, 2, 1. Ah, thank you for leaving a like. I appreciate that. Be sure to subscribe to this channel. I have a lot of movie-related content, whether that be discussing films that I enjoy or hate, or talking about the filmmaking process. Subscribe if you're into that stuff. Peace out, everybody.